Okay, here we are solving top K frequent elements. I would recommend reading the pseudocode. Let's get right into it. We're going to create a dictionary to hold the count of each number. So count and the frequency. Okay, so this might be a little bit confusing at first, but we're basically just creating buckets for each number that there is here. I'll explain the +1 in a weird edge case at the end of the video, but for now, that does matter, because we're going to be counting the frequency each number has. So now we're going to loop over the numbers, count. This in a second. So what we're doing here is we're just getting the current number. So let's just get this out here. Let's just say we're doing this array. We're putting it through here. No, not array. Sorry, list. We're putting this list of numbers through this line of code. For the number 3 in numbers, count 3. We're going to get the amount of times this occurred. So far, it's occurred 0 times because we assigned the default value to be 0 if no previous value exists. There's no previous value here. And then we +1. So now we go over it again. Let's just say this is a whole list we have right now. And then we go over it one more time. And this time, we get the value, and it was previously 1. But now cross that out, +1, it is now 2. That's all we're doing on that. And now, I'm going to count. So what we're doing here is we're just getting that array back, and the previous array that we had was, let's just say, so for the number and the count in count.items, we are going to get the frequency at that current spot, which is count, getting the count, and appended the number. So what we're doing here is, let's say we got the number here. I should probably erase this because that's pretty messy. But we are getting the frequency list here, and we're appending the count. So the count is 2 for 3 for right now. It's a terrible example because it should be 3, because if we're looking at the end, because we've finished the whole list at this point. So at this point, it'd be we're appending this value here, the count, frequency count, and appended the number, which would be 3. This is an absolutely terrible example. That is a terrible example. I should use a much cleaner. You want to use this one, for example. That would make a lot more sense. So I'm just gonna clear this. So let's before this, for numbers and nums, 1 would equal 3 times because that's how many times it's been counted. 2 would equal 2. Key value pairs, right? Okay, so now when we get to this point in time, we want to get the, we're going to start with 1 here. And in this list, the frequency count, which in this case would be 3, so that's the key. And now we're appending the number to it. And that's how it would look. Let's continue on with the code. Absolutely, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry about that. Now we're going to create a new array. Not array, sorry, list. I'm used to programming in JavaScript for I in range. Okay, I'll explain this in 1 second. Okay, so this syntax might look weird. I know it looks very, very, very weird to me when I first started programming in Python. So what this basically is it's just a for loop like this. For I equals 1, I length of nums. So this is JavaScript. Nums. So, oh, sorry, I have to do frequency here. So the length of frequency. Freq dot length plus 1. Sorry, -1. The reason why we have to do -1 is I'll explain that at the end. I am sorry, all over the place. This is what this is, but it's just a it's similar to that. So this is start, stop, step. Yeah. Okay. No one's watching this anyway, so it doesn't even matter what I say. You're like, this is more for me than it is for you, just so I can understand everything. Okay. Now what we do is we go over each number in the frequency. Yeah, that's how we do it. Okay. So here, we start at the very top, we start at the last index, let us draw. So let's just say we have all the buckets. Since this is 6 long, pretend those are square brackets. Oh man, this is a brutal explanation. Since we have to add +1, it's 7. There's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get the length, which is 7, and we subtract 1. So that means we're starting at the 6th. And here, how this will depend into here is the count of 3 will be assigned 1, the count of 2 will be assigned 2, the count of 1 will be assigned 3. And we start at the top, nothing happens. I should probably finish the code first, that'd be a great idea, right? res.append and Okay, let's go back to this. And, oh, sorry. Okay. It starts at the top here. Nothing happens because there's no value inside. Then it loops over again. It goes to number 5, nothing happens, 0. Nothing happens, nothing happens. Ooh, we go here. And look at that, we have a number in there. So, result, now has the first value as 1. Then it goes to 2. And since k is 2, that's all we return because we decrement k right here, as you can see. And then if k equals 0, which now it does, we return the result. And as you can see, we do get the result. We have the right output. And we should do it again. There we go. Absolutely terrible video, and I was all over the place, but it's more real, I think.